about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. We've all seen pictures on the internet. We've all seen videos on YouTube and places like that of tractor accidents, tractor fails, things like that. Some have cost people their limbs. Some have caused serious injuries. Some have caused, have been fatal. And some are just bonehead moves, right? Well, in this video, what we're going to do is I'm going to actually look at some of the things that I've seen on the internet, and I'm going to kind of go over my thoughts on them. I'm going to react to them, and I'm going to see how they could have prevented this, or see what they could have done different. You know, we all make mistakes. We all get in a hurry. Some of these things were preventable. Some of them may not have been preventable. Nonetheless, we're going to take a look. We're going to see some of the biggest things that are on YouTube right now, some tractor accidents that probably could have been prevented, but unfortunately the accident happened. So let's take a look at them, and let's go into the videos and the pictures that we'll talk about. And let me get your comments below too. Let me know what you think about when you see these type of pictures and you see these type of videos. What goes through your thought process? Does it make you a better operator? Does it make you a more alert farmer? Does it make you aware of your surroundings more? What is your thought process when you see things like this? In our first picture, what we're going to look at is we're going to take a look at a picture that I got from the Coyote Tractor Group on Facebook. There is a Coyote Owners Tractor Group, and it's very active. They got a lot of smart people over there. And a guy was posting a picture, and he said, hey, I want to know about this. Is this covered under warranty? And he shows this picture right here. As you can see in this picture, the front tires come off this CK35 series. And he's asking, should it be covered under warranty? It has less than 100 hours on it and things like that. And people in the comments were rightfully saying that this is not covered under warranty. The guy that made the post says the tractor has less than 100 hours on it. It should not have happened. They ended up having to buy a new tire, a new rim, and things like that to replace the damage that was done on this particular tractor. And so he was kind of curious, hey, does Coyote cover something like this? And the answer is no. And every owner's manual that comes with every tractor talks about tightening your bolts, making sure that the lug nuts are done. Every bolt, not just on your tires, but every nut and bolt that's on the tractor gets tightened, especially in the first 10 hours, and then on your 50-hour service, and then at regular intervals it talks about. I have yet to see an owner's manual or an operator's manual that does not say check the tightness of the bolts at regular intervals. And so this guy is not going to be covered under a warranty. It's an issue that he should have discovered prior to the tire falling off or the rim coming loose. You know, what a lot of people have done, to include myself, which I think is a really, really good idea, is they actually take a paint marker and they'll actually put a stripe across the rim to the bolt through the next side of the rim, so that it's one continuous line. And then if the nut or bolt works its way loose, then you'll notice that the lines do not match up anymore, indicating that something has gone wrong, or the nut or bolt is working its way loose. So if you ever come across a situation like this, unfortunately, not unless you've got some crazy reason why this happened, no more than likely your warranty was not going to cover something like this. In this guy's case, I don't think it did. And again, this was taken from the Coyote Tractor Owners Group, very active on Facebook. Go check them out if you have a Coyote, and you can see more comments and more posts like this. This is a really educational group that they got over there. Everybody's pretty polite and all that good stuff. So go check them out on the Coyote Owners Forum on Facebook. So let's move on to something that has nothing to do with your front end, but has something to do with what you're carrying the tractor on, your trailer. We've all seen this picture floating around either through Facebook or Instagram or other type of tractor forums that you see online. This right here was crazy. Everybody talked about what a great job this guy did tying this tractor down. Who knows what happened on the accident? You know, the guy could have been hit by someone. The operator of the vehicle could have been missing another accident. Whatever the case may be, it goes to the importance of tying your tractor down properly on your trailer. Now, this guy right here has done an outstanding job of how to tie a tractor down. That thing ain't going nowhere. Look, it's pretty much vertical, you know, and the trailer is off of the tractor itself. And so it's done a really, really good job. We actually did a video here at Hamiltonville Farm about how to safely tie your tractor down to a trailer, and use this as an example, because this guy right here did it right. Whenever you're loading a tractor onto a trailer, you need to make sure that you secure it properly. Making sure you're following your DOT rules, making sure you're following your local and state guidelines, whatever. You need to make sure that you've got the appropriate weight ratings on your chains or binders. You got to make sure that if you're going to use straps, that you do that properly via the 4 tires or however you're going to use straps. Straps versus chains, I've seen people advocate for them all kind of different ways, right? Some think chains are better, some think straps are better. I guess it depends on the situation, but this guy right here, he got it right. Yeah, I'm sure the vehicle in question, the truck that was towing it, has probably suffered some damage. The tractor suffered some damage, but nonetheless, he done a really good job of tying it. That's crazy. That's literally crazy. But this is not the only thing that we have to worry about when we're talking about tractors that are loaded onto trailers. How does the tractor function? We need to talk about that. And let's talk about some of the hazards you got to pay attention to. And I want to show you a video that's just, I mean, it's a demonstration video, and it's crazy. I want to show you what it is. Let's take a look at this demonstration video for a PTO shaft accident. So this video comes from Lake Area Tech. It is a YouTube channel that I've seen, and he's doing a safety demonstration about the importance of making sure that your PTO shaft is covered and not wearing long sleeves and things like that may get tangled up, keeping your hair up if you've got long hair. Keeping all those safety tips in mind when you're working around a PTO. Making sure your PTO cover is in good working condition. Watch this guy put this dummy that's filled with hay up to this PTO shaft. I mean, it's crazy. So he just gets it up there pretty close, and just watch this thing right here. Whack! That is insane. You know, it's just nuts on how that works. I mean, boom, just like that, the guy has now lost an arm, has been mangled, something like that. That's, I mean, it happens, right? You can find stories after stories after stories like this online. So it pays to make sure that you're always being mindful of all the safety features that are on your tractor and all the safety features that you need to make sure that are still operable. Don't bypass things that are designed to help you be safe on a tractor that could lose your life or whatever the case may be. So you got to be careful. This next picture that we're going to look at, actually, man, it caught the internet on fire, right? It actually started a hashtag laplog. And people were talking about this guy who had he didn't have a grapple, he had a bucket, and he had a big old pine log in the bucket of his tractor, and as he's loading it, it falls back down past the loader and onto his lap. Now, this guy did not get hurt, but he could not move after the log was in his lap. Look at this part right here. The guy's drinking a beverage. So I'm thinking to myself, he either was drinking that beverage before the log accident, or he had to calm down a little bit and take a sip of something after it happened, you know. But they had to call the emergency response personnel to make sure they come out there and got the log off his lap without hurting him. I don't even think it did any damage to the tractor, to be honest with you. I've read it in some forums and all that good stuff, and the guy actually claimed ownership of this accident and said, hey, you know, I think it's a good lesson learned here. And I think he's right. Can you imagine if you're lifting up, you know, maybe even over 1,000 pounds worth of wood and it all falls into your lap? Man, my goodness, how scary, because it happens just like that. Just like the PTO incident that we saw a while ago. It happened so fast, I'm sure he didn't have time to jump off his tractor. Probably a good thing he didn't jump off his tractor, to be honest with you, because you know, the handles on the fenders are handle on one side of the fender, and then the actual fender on his left side actually caught the log itself. And so that really saved him. So if he would have jumped off, he might have wrecked his tractor. He may have injured himself jumping off. So staying in the tractor might have saved his legs, to be honest with you. But that's crazy how that stuff works, because no one goes out and says, I think I'll have an accident today. And I've got another video to show you here. This one comes from Northwest Sawyer YouTube channel. I watch this guy quite often. He's a sawmill channel, and he actually had an accident where his John Deere rolled over. And so let's look at how he recovered it, and let's talk about a few things of why this happened and how you can prevent it. So in this point of the video, the tractor actually has already rolled over onto its side, onto the left side. He was wearing his seatbelt. He was able to get out without an injury. And he's done another video, a follow-up video to this, where he says, he actually starts the tractor after it's been rolled over onto its side. He let it set for about 24 hours and, you know, kind of let the fluid settle back down and all that good stuff. And the tractor cranked and ran fine. So he's a pretty good cat, man, when he's explaining on how it happened. He was mowing grass on a slope, it just got away from him and it started sliding, and the rest is history. But let's watch him recover this here. So he takes this big old long tow recovery strap and he hooks it up to another tractor and he puts it onto the middle of the frame of the tractor. And then he just simply backs up or pulls away with the truck or tractor that he is moving it with. Here's a front camera angle of it. Bloop. There you go. Now watch it right here. And boom. And he just sets it right back up. No harm, no foul, and he recovers nicely. Man, I'm telling you, he was fortunate enough to be able to tell his story after he rolled the tractor over. And you've seen clips of it. I saw a guy mowing around a bank, a ditch bank around a pond area in a little small Kubota, rolled it over. It's got him on his Ring doorbell or his Nest or whatever called it. Everything gets captured on video nowadays, doesn't it? But anyway, so, you know, as he gets this tractor standing back up on all fours, you know, he lets it set. He takes the appropriate precautions. He checks it over. And in the part 2 of this video, he actually cranks this thing up and it runs and it does fine. So he got very, very fortunate. He did bend the canopy a little bit, it looks like. But he's very fortunate enough in this situation. So these are crazy, crazy things that happen online. And you can find these things all over the internet. And it just, every now and again, it pays to kind of step back and think to yourself, you know, okay, how can I be safe today? On rainy days, go out, you know, if your tractor is under a pole barn or inside a covered area on a rainy day, go out and check all your bolts, go out and check all your fluids, go out and check. You'll be surprised at what you can find when you're just doing a visual walk around, maybe tugging on a hose here and there or a wire here and there, you know, clean your air filter out, stuff like that. And you'll be surprised at how well that helps maintain your tractor and also how long it makes your tractor last, because you're not going to have things like your tires falling off that we saw earlier in the video. Accidents happen. These people didn't plan on these accidents. I understand that. These people were very fortunate that the accident didn't actually cost them any life or limb, but that's not always the case. So it pays to be extra, extra careful when you're doing this kind of stuff, especially working around heavy equipment. Anyway, hey, listen, I appreciate you watching. I enjoyed doing the research on this video. It was interesting to see what you could see when it comes to tractor accidents and tractor safety. Thanks a lot for watching. Right here is a subscribe button. It's a little white circle. Click on that. And then underneath it is a video that we actually did of how to tie your tractor down safely to a trailer. God bless you guys. Take care.